Hello, everyone. We are here with John. He is one of the winners from last year of the Sustainable Fund. He had an amazing initiative to guide and educate consumers, let's say. Hi, John.
Hi, how are we
So,
doing?
fine. Would you like to introduce yourself a little bit? So you're a fashion
Yeah,
student, Liverpool John Moores University.
yeah, fashion design student, mostly working with women's wear, although that's sort of changing at the minute. It could be something more gender neutral. Yeah, my sort of personal style is sort of out there and extravagant, and I'm all about like theatrics and camp and just embracing whimsical. Yeah,
Is there any fashion designer or maybe icon of the pop culture that inspires you most?
Yeah, I mean, the terms of designers, I mean, Victor and Rolf were big designers, and more recently, Daniel Roseberry doing Scaparelli, been very instrumental into me actually getting back into like the swing of things and like really finding the love for it again. Because for a while, I sort of fell out of love with it because I was just wasn't in love with anything at that point. So, and yeah, in terms of like figures, I'd like take a lot of inspiration from the 90s club kid scene and just got sort of really out there and like doing a lot of storytelling as well. Um, yeah, it's just a part of I like it.
And how are you finding doing your degree during a pandemic of something that is as expressive as fashion? How are you finding not having that human contact, let's say, with
Mhm.
like the rest of the creatives that are in your degree?
Well, last year it was quite tough because we were pretty much the whole year we were apart and we were just sort of doing what we could from our bedrooms, really. So it was challenging, but also kind of fun in a way that you got to be resourceful and sort of work with what you've got. And then it allowed us then to come back full throttle for the next year. And yeah, it really just sort of reinvigorated my love of it this year. Um, and yeah, I've just been enjoying it.
And in the project or the application you submitted for the Sustainable Fund, you used secondhand clothes, which actually encourages to that second chance for garments that are already there. Could you explain us a little bit more how you got to develop that idea?
Well, yeah, I was just initially I was thinking about sustainable shopping, and it was trendy at the time to like shop. Um, but what I heard from a lot of my friends when we were talking about that was it is very challenging to shop sustainably. If you wanted to find something unique or different, you would usually go to like a thrift shop, but the prices there sort of match high street prices when they really shouldn't. So what I did was I wanted to teach people how to shop sustainably and cheaply at the same time. So um, I went to a lot of charity shops that were just sort of random in like the like not in particularly affluent areas. So they'd be like really random places where everything would be sold for either £3 or £2, and it wasn't particularly that great to look at. You sort of have to keep an open mind and have a basic knowledge of sewing. Back in the day, it used to be just a life skill in like the war times, and it was a way of just working with what you've got. But like today, that's sort of been lost, the sewing aspect. So I wanted to sort of teach people really basic things. Like nothing I've done in these like upgrades have been particularly that challenging or that groundbreaking, but these little extra tiny details can make a massive difference, and they can help your wallet and they can help.
And in terms of the future, what type of career do you see? Do you see like a more sustainable design in your career, like reusing materials? There's a couple of fashion designers in the UK showcasing at London Fashion Week that already starting to integrate that into their creative process, or do you see it more like mainstream and less sustainable?
Well, the thing is, I think if you want to go into fashion, and especially like this generation of designers, you need to, it's almost like our duty to do it sustainably if we want to keep going. And we do want fashion to become, carry on, because it is such a big part of CO2 emissions. If we want to continue with it, we all have to sort of see it as our duty to make it sustainable. It's not like the stuff that I will want to make in the future if I do become a designer, or it's not like it's going to be centered around sustainability. It will be a part of that, but I will just be doing what I would usually do, just with that in mind.
Great. So that's a short or a summary of your work. Hopefully we'll host the outfit and the work you've done for the Sustainable Fund during the face-to-face event. I want to thank you so much for taking that active role in changing the future of fashion, and hope to see you soon, like in a catwalk maybe.
Fingers crossed, yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if I will be a designer in the future, but I just want to live in whatever I do. I just want to live in my own world and do that.